Yo, what's up, everybody? We are back with another episode, back by popular demand.
Not really.
Yes, we are. Seven. What do we have? Seven now?
7 subscribers.
7 subscribers. I want to thank all
on
you guys.
SoundCloud.
I want to thank all you guys for subscribing.
3 of them are me.
Yes, and we have what, like 20 views, 20 listens
21 views on
in each episode.
on each
episode
episode.
2.
So I want to thank Skip for
I'm grinding
continuing
those views.
continuing to
I have a bot.
listen to those. I've listened to 2 myself. We're getting better.
My laptop's on repeat right now as we speak.
I can say that we can only get better from here. Actually, I hope so.
Nah, there's no topping.
We want to welcome back Lewis, fresh from vacation.
Hey.
We appreciate you not being here last week.
Fuck you.
Yeah, what do you want me to do, man? I need a break.
It was the best episode from all together.
Nah, that's BS.
Actually,
That's
Facts.
it was a really good episode. We're gonna try to stay on track on this one. Hopefully, we can. But who knows?
No.
We can go from
Ultraman.
Spider-Man to Ultraman to Iron Chef to
He-Man.
you never know
The
with us. All
Skeletor.
right. We talk video games. We talk movies. We talk TV shows.
And random
Pop
nonsense.
culture, anything. It doesn't matter. Whatever comes to mind, we're just gonna talk about it. We don't give a shit.
Did you
Anyways,
guys know that I eat ass?
Skip, he is the official sponsor of Eating Ass.
I have a commercial and everything.
if you
Got
Did
it.
you ever hear my jingle?
if you bend over to eat your girl's ass and you see his face on her ass, you know why. He is the official sponsor. Anyways, we are fresh from seeing the new Spider-Man movie.
Not so fresh, but fresh enough.
Okay. But we're not going to talk about that. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about that. All right. So there will be spoilers in this review. Okay. So if you're not interested in knowing what happens in this movie, get the fuck out. All right.
Aunt May is Spider-Man.
I mean, we appreciate your listening. So I hope we get credit for you listening up until this point, because if you don't want spoilers, too bad. Anyways, I'm going to start by saying it was a good movie. Okay, I had a lot of fun with it. There was a few parts where they threw some humor in that I didn't think was necessary. I think Chris can add on to that.
Chris is a wet blanket.
Me and Chris, we enjoyed some of the funny parts in the movie. It actually had me laughing out loud a few times, and a lot of people in the theater. But there was a lot of misses also. So, Chris, what do you think about? Let's just start with that portion of the movie, the comedy in the movie. Like, what do you think about it? And you know why did you not like some of the comedy, and then did you like some of it?
Well, I like the movie. I'm pretty much a fan of all superhero movies. It doesn't matter if it's
Like
really bad
Catwoman
or
with Halle Berry.
yeah.
No.
Let's not go that far.
Yeah. Like I said, I really like the movie. The movie is one of the best. I think it's not the greatest. In the comedy portion, I think they repeat the teenage joke so much, and then they try to put a funny Spider-Man just like the 60 versions, and I think the 98 animated series had a little comical to it also, but I think they went too far in just repeating and pretty much the first act of the movie, it's all joke. It's him joking around, swinging, breaking stuff, and I was fine with it, but the movie reached a point where I was like full of it. Anyway, I didn't like it when they went too far with.
To me, it seemed to me like they were trying too much to be kind of like a Deadpool. You know, he was there was a lot of comedy in that movie. that's to me what it seemed like they were trying to do with Peter Parker. It was a lot of comedy. Like I said, there was a lot of funny parts, but some was unnecessary.
Look, like the main problem is, the main difference between Deadpool and Spider-Man is most of the Spider-Man jokes were something you and me will do when we were at that age, like 15 or 16, maybe 18. But now when you see Deadpool, it's like a more grown-up
Comedy,
jokes.
yeah, definitely.
And right now, our age, pretty much we like those type of jokes and funny aspects. But when you throw so many kid wisecrack jokes, like you can have a few, like.
Well, I can understand they can't drop a lot of adult comedy.
Yeah, it's
in those type of movies.
It's more kid oriented.
Yeah, I mean there was a lady in the movie theater with her kid crying. You know,
I was about to fucking beat that kid.
And
like I was gonna take the baby, and I was just gonna.
Listen, we're gonna get into that. Hopefully after this review, movie theater etiquette.
How to beat down a toddler.
Yeah, well, it just pisses me off. I mean, I can do with the kid.
Why the fuck do you have a goddamn 1 or 2 year old baby in there? What the fuck are they gonna do?
Listen,
They don't speak English.
And all right.
They don't understand
If
the
you
language
can't-
mostly.
If you can't get a babysitter, just go on a different day. All right. It just please. The people in the theater pay money to go see that movie. They don't want to hear a baby crying. They don't want to see people on their phones.
Lewis.
I sat next to this fucking kid.
The kid's on
Shut
his
the
phone
hell
right
up.
now,
Oh my
actually.
God.
I think he's
I
watching
had
Street
it. I
Fighter.
had it down, the brightness the whole way. So it
Listen,
wouldn't bother
it
you.
doesn't matter. I mean, you're there to see a movie, and especially you, the biggest Spider-Man fan I know.
I saw it.
You've been waiting
I
for
didn't
this
miss-
movie.
You
I didn't miss a
see
scene
it,
at all.
You heard it.
Listen, all right, we're gonna get to that at another point, okay?
Like how you're not seeing
Leave
us,
me out
you're
of
watching
this.
Street Fighter, barely paying attention.
I'm paying attention. I'm talking as much as you're talking.
All right.
Look, right now he's seeing videos of Marvel versus Capcom.
yeah. All right, but
Sorry.
listen.
doing this
okay,
podcast.
Listen.
Dedication
No.
at its best.
All right.
Commitment.
We'll get to that at another point. Maybe another podcast, or we might be sprinkling that into this review of Spider-Man. Skip, did you have high hopes for this movie? What did you think going into it? Did you enjoy it? What could they have done to make it better?
Okay. I liked the movie pretty much 100%. I thought all the jokes were funny. It was all a good time, except for one fucking thing. Get your goddamn little fucking Bollywood looking ass goddamn Flash Thompson out of this fucking Spider-Man movie.
Okay. All right.
That is not Flash Thompson.
All right.
That honest to God, I think that's them trying to fucking integrate more races into the fucking movie.
Listen, I can understand if it was a better actor. He just didn't do it for me. If it was maybe the kid that did Life of Pi. I mean, I never seen that movie, but I think he got an
They're
award
fucking
for it.
racist.
That guy's actually good. That movie's a good movie.
I don't mind what race is the character or the actor.
But he was just so bad.
But
Yeah,
how
he
he
was.
portrayed Flash Thompson. You guys know, most of the people that could hear us and know about Spider-Man, most people know that he becomes Agent Venom eventually in the comics. I don't know if Marvel Cinematic Universe will do that storyline ever, or if Sony will do it with the Spider-Verse, but just having a Indian kid has Flash Thompson. Flash Thompson, he was the jockey.
Okay, he was a
And,
jock.
He was a super buff dude, not the
Yes.
brightest guy on the block. They made this dude. When I see this dude, he's the kind of guy I would fuck with in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like the rich Indian kid that nobody fucks with because
Another-
he has more money than ever.
I would have, honest to God, if I saw a kid that looked like that and acted like that, and he tried shit with me, I would have just slapped him around.
Another thing that I don't know. the first movie with the Peter Parker that was played by
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
We can
That
roll
just
this
looked
scene.
like it was a regular high school. It didn't look like one of the high school that he was going to in this movie. It looked like
Like a middle school.
no, it looked like a school that for gifted children for kids with that are really smart.
Oh, they're all on the spectrum.
Okay.
That's what it felt like.
But it didn't look like that in the first movie. I didn't see the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Maybe they
No, the Amazing Spider-Man movies take it pretty much similar to the first
okay.
Spider-Man movie, where you see kids that you could officially say, okay, this is a high school.
That shit was
And
a
they
middle
act
school.
like high schoolers. They act like they're about to go to college.
Okay.
And
Another
and
thing,
this
sorry,
one-
sorry, Chris. Another thing is, there's no origin story in this movie, which I'm just glad they cut that out because I'm tired of seeing Spider-Man origin
I want
stories
to
in
get
the
him.
movies.
I want to see him get bit
All right,
for the 5th time.
you know how he became Spider-Man. Another question: in Amazing Spider-Man, did he have the web shooters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had to refill them with the cartridges.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire is the only one that had organic webs.
Okay, all right. That's another
Pure
thing.
organic.
That's another thing that I like that they
He
put in
could
this
lay
movie.
eggs also.
Yeah.
Yo, I can.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that. Or the mutation that he did when he grew the head, like the whole spider mutation,
What about when
You
he
ever see
killed
that?
MJ? By
Yeah, I see
coming
and
Yeah,
he
I
grew
saw
the
that.
extra pair of arms and shit. Yeah, that's some crazy stuff.
All right. I really enjoyed Michael Keaton. Whenever he was on screen, my eyes were.
Best character in the
It was
movie.
honestly, he played the shit out of that role. I enjoyed every time he was on the screen. I was a little afraid that he wasn't going to get enough screen time, but I think they gave him the perfect amount of screen time. And Tony Stark, which going into this, we all thought it was going to be Iron Man 4. But you rarely saw him, and when you did, they put him in the right
It mixed
spots.
in well with
Yes,
the movie.
it wasn't just throwing in Tony Stark, throwing him there, throwing him here. So it was perfect, in my opinion. What'd you think about it, Skip?
I thought it was awesome because Tony Stark, like even before the Iron Man movies came out, Iron Man's always been like my favorite superhero.
Yeah,
So when they started bringing him in as this cocky fucking smartass, I thought it was hilarious.
Chris.
Coming back to the
He was
Michael
dad.
Keaton. Michael Keaton. They opened the film with him.
Yes.
And they closed the film with him.
Yes, they did.
Like, and
That was
Because it's
His
about him.
his performance has the
Fuck
the
Spider-Man.
vulture
Yeah.
was awesome. The suit was awesome.
Yes.
He made a kick-ass villain.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's a scene that we were talking about that on the way back to do this podcast. Like, there's a scene where he threatened Peter Parker with a gun.
Oh, listen. There was a part, okay, and this is the plot twist, okay. There's a girl that Peter Parker.
Oh my.
if
It's
you
the love interest in
listen,
the movie.
if you have not seen any trailers on this movie, then I mean you don't know what the hell we're talking about. But in this movie, there's a girl. There's always a girl. There's always a love interest. This girl happens to be the daughter of Vulture. Okay, and we don't know that until Peter Parker picks her up for
Homecoming.
prom. For homecoming?
Yeah.
For
For
homecoming dance.
Okay. For the homecoming dance. All right. So Peter Parker is all excited for this date. He's finally taking this girl out. Okay. And then he rings the doorbell, and guess who answers the door? Beetlejuice.
Pretty close.
Yeah. So love that movie. Anyways, he played the shit out of that role. He played the shit out of this one. Okay. And once he answered the door, I was like, what the fuck?
The second I saw
Listen.
that.
Skip started talking to Lewis. Lewis was talking to Skip, and I was just like, "What the?"
We were having a good
man?
time.
Yeah,
We
we were
were having a
all
good
all
time.
The
having a
second
good
I
time.
saw him, the shit I said, I go over to Lewis and I'm like, his investigation. He's in so deep, he's about to be inside his daughter.
But anyways, he went from having thoughts of getting his dick wet that night to what the fuck am
His
I
dick
getting
was actually
into?
wet because he was pissing
Oh,
himself.
he probably was, because when he answered that door, his face.
He was just,
No, and Tom Holland, when he did that scene right there,
Yeah.
He
his
was terrible.
face was
He
like,
was
what
mortified.
the fuck?
Yeah.
And he was totally pale, like literally.
Yeah.
He was like about to scream there.
So, you would think that was the most intense moment that he was facing in that particular scene, but then you get inside of the car, and when Peter Parker realizes that Vulture knows that he's Spider-Man, his face completely turns white, and he just doesn't. He's gonna cry. He looks like he's gonna cry. All right, and he almost does. I think maybe he does. I don't know. It looked like his eyes were getting kind of watery, but that was an intense scene. It gave me goosebumps because Michael Keaton just killed it. Like I said, he's one of my favorite actors, and he really did a good job in this. And I'm glad he's gonna be returning for another movie. So, Lewis. All right. I don't know how much of the movie you watched because you were on the phone a lot of the time.
Shut up.
Watching fucking
I
Street
saw
Fighter.
every single.
Anyways, all right. You
Alright, guys.
are a really big fan.
A
of
true
Spider-Man.
believer.
Okay. All right. He has the Venom shirt. He has a Venom shirt on. He has the phone case. You know. So
The works.
he went to this movie, and he was excited. We told you last week that he was excited about it, and so what did you think about the movie, man?
Alright, guys. To start off, 3 things you gotta know about me that I'm passionate of.
He
It's
likes
Dragon
the
Ball Z, Naruto, and Spider-Man.
I like our team Rasengan.
Yes. Yes. Those are like the 3 things that I'll know everything about everything. Any game that comes out, movies, etc. There's always those 3 topics. But my boy Spidey, I like the movie. Like Eli was saying, it was good. It's not the greatest because I'm a little biased because since I grew up with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, I'm a little biased in that area.
We can rule this city.
But
Spider-Man.
Tom Holland did an awesome job with Spider-Man. I like the movie. I'll tell you the pros and cons of what I like about it. So the pros is that I liked the suits, especially the suit at the end. Like I saw that suit and I went straight to Iron Spidey.
That's
All right,
suit.
but we'll get into that. We'll get into that when we
All right, I'll save
tell
it
people
then.
what happens after the big climax of the movie.
All right.
So just leave that part out.
Tony Stark fucks Aunt May
But anyway, can continue your review.
with
Go ahead.
Andy watching.
So going then a little retracing my steps. Of a con that I didn't like was there wasn't a lot of fighting, especially that end fight that was supposed to like kind of seal a little bit of the movie. It was kind of more just flying, flailing around and trying to problem solve. It wasn't as much like hand-to-hand combat.
It was Spidey running away.
Yeah.
Basically, in that scene, I felt like I couldn't know. I didn't know what was going on with that fight scene. Like Vulture would just fly around, hit the airplane, and then Spider-Man would be on top of him or on another side of the plane, and I just couldn't. I just didn't know what was going on. I don't know. Maybe my eyes were fucked up. I don't know. Maybe I was tired, but it just to me. With that one-on-one fight, I wanted to see a lot more. Like Lewis said, hand-to-hand combat.
That whole
Yeah,
ending
it
fight,
was
It was just Spider-Man trying not to die the entire.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
basically. Yeah,
And eventually the Vulture just kind of lost.
no, pretty much. Yeah, pretty
Yep.
much because
The thing is, they show in that final fight, they show Spider-Man and they show Vulture that he was overpowerful. Like, he was OP, literally, Spider-Man. Spider-Man didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
yeah,
And the other thing is, he wasn't using the high-tech suit
The new
on
suit,
that
yeah.
on that fight.
Yeah, he had
So
his
he
fucking bootleg
his old
fucking
school
Walmart
suit.
suit.
Yeah, so what the movie is showing you is Spider-Man is cool, but he's not that powerful. He's not that strong. There's other heroes in this universe that are really more stronger than him. He cannot even beat the Vulture.
honest-
The final fight, pretty much.
Vulture was a rude dude.
Yeah, the final fight, pretty much. It was he beat him by accident.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. The thing they're doing with this movie is taking us. It's the first time they do it in a Spider-Man movie that they take us back to a really young stage of Spider-Man. Like in previous movies, he gets bitten close to like the end of his high school years. Is how it worked. But this time they're taking it back to he's a sophomore in this.
Yeah, he's a freshman, right?
In this
Okay.
movie. A sophomore is a 10th grader.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, freshmen, whatever. But they're taking us all the way back to when pretty much he's the new kid on the block, doesn't really know what he's doing.
Fucking
That's where kind of Tony Stark pulls into, kind of being that father figure, trying to teach him the ropes, etc., etc. But I think it's pretty cool that they're taking this back, because then we're gonna have our sophomore year, then our junior year, then our senior year, and then if they make a 4, maybe they'll go to college, etc. So they have a lot of leeway with that.
Another thing that I liked about the beginning was they took it back to the Civil War when he was in Civil War. Yeah.
No, it was the first Avengers.
No, but I'm talking about after that. I'm talking about
When the movie first started.
when he's taking the film, he's filming.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
when like the first scene is after Avengers
Yeah.
1. The second one is on Civil War. Yeah.
Peter Parker is doing. He's just filming all of his
like
time.
a documentary.
Yeah, with
The
Tony
Avengers.
Stark, when Tony Stark recruits him to help him with the Civil War movie. Which I like that because it was all from a camera phone view, and you got to see up until he got back to the hotel after the incident in the airport in Civil War. So that was good. They show you when he got his suit, and he doesn't realize how high tech this suit is until later on in the movie. So he ends up unlocking the true potential of the suit, and Tony Stark has all these safety protocols and all these lockdowns.
Baby lock.
Training. What was it?
Training Wheels was the
training
first one.
wheels protocol,
Got the
something like
baby
that.
monitor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tony Stark is a dickhead, but
Love him
we
with
love
all
him,
my
man. And anyways, the suit was sick. And then later on, there's another suit that comes into play. We'll get to that after. Lewis, you have anything else to say? What? All right.
Oh, yeah, I'll say my pros and cons.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before I said so, we talked about that. Another con we already mentioned, Flash Thompson. It's really weird seeing him the way he's portrayed in this
Seeing
movie.
him portrayed as
compared-
a giant pussy.
Yeah,
It just
the-
wasn't funny. They were trying to
Yeah.
make him funny, and he just wasn't.
Honestly, it wouldn't be so bad for us maybe if they made him an actual jock. Like it's
They made
in
him
this
Flash
movie,
Thompson.
he's a genius. Like he's smart. Maybe not a genius, but he's smart. He's as smart as Peter Parker and everybody else that's in that school.
Well, he's in
Like-
that school, so he's
Yeah, he's rich, which in previous ones he doesn't have money, and he doesn't play sports that I saw. Like they didn't portray him playing like being a football player or
that's-
like the
it's
other.
not Flash Thompson.
Yeah,
When I
it's-
watch this movie, I don't see him growing up to join the army and become Agent Venom and shit.
Right, like this isn't the Flash Thompson that we came in expecting. 'Cause like the other two movies in that aspect, even Amazing Spider-Man that wasn't really good, they had a decent Flash Thompson. Like even that Flash Thompson is better than the one we have now.
Well-
So I don't know what they're gonna do with him, because I don't know, things could change over the years when they make the other movies. He could get buff.
Well, let me ask
Who
you
knows?
something. Okay, let's say they keep this guy as Flash Thompson. Okay, let's say they keep him. Tell me what do you think he can improve on? Either whether it be acting, his weight, how big he is.
Okay,
Um,
there's a couple things.
The way
One-
he just his whole demeanor, like what can change, what can make him better.
Rewrite his entire fucking character.
Okay,
This fucking dude they're trying to portray as Flash Thompson is not Flash Thompson.
all right.
Like Lewis said, he in this movie he's rich. He's some smart kid. That like looking at the dude in the movie, like I said earlier, I would just kick the shit out of him. He is not physically intimidating in any way. Flash Thompson was a fucking jock.
He was a bully.
Yeah, like he was that fucking mean 80s kid you see in the movies and shit.
Okay.
Not this fucking little pussy. Like, I'm not, like, Flash Thompson's supposed to be a rude fucking dude.
Alright,
Not this fucking retard. Like,
Now, was that the same guy that was with Mary Jane in the first movie?
Yeah.
That was Flash Thompson. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now I
You
know.
remember
From
in
Tobey
the first
Maguire?
movie. You remember the fight scene at the
In the lockers.
Yes.
in the locker.
Yeah.
Because
he
because
threw the tray at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same guy.
and
Yeah,
in the
that's
lunch
supposed
room,
to be
in
him.
the,
Gotcha.
in the lunchroom when they start like a food fight,
Yeah.
and Peter Parker like does the semi spin kick on
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
That's Flash Thompson.
Gotcha.
Like, that's
All right.
Yeah.
See, now I know.
So,
now
what
I
do
know
you think?
No, now I know why you guys had a big problem. Like, listen, this kid, I didn't like the way he was in this movie. I didn't like his acting. I didn't think he was funny at all. Maybe there was one or two lines that he had that were funny. I thought the black kid, I don't even know where he was from. The black kid that kept hitting the bell. I thought that kid was more funny.
Yeah,
Should have had a
you
bigger
never
role.
fucking
I don't even
Yeah.
remember that kid.
The kid that just kept tapping the
Yeah.
bell when they were
He
He had
practicing
like an
for the,
African accent.
I don't even remember.
He was
but-
funny.
but anyway,
Like
he was
Flash
funnier
Thompson.
than
yeah,
Flash
yeah,
Thompson
yeah.
was,
He
you
was
know?
the worst character in this
And
fucking
okay,
movie.
if we're comparing the two from the first Spider-Man to this one, I mean, come on, that was a terrible portrayal of that character. Flash
Right.
Thompson, like these guys said, he's a big guy, he's a jock, he gets, the girl like Mary Jane. He had Mary Jane in the first one, so.
And in the second one, he's after Gwen Stacy. In the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, this guy doesn't look like he can get any girls at all.
Yeah.
He's a
And-
DJ. He was DJ
Yeah.
in the party.
He just kept. He had one joke that he repeated like 90 fucking times. It was Penis Parker.
Oh yeah, Peter
Yes.
Parker. Yeah,
Yes.
And
It wasn't even funny to
Yeah,
begin
that
with.
got old fast. So anyway.
It wasn't even funny the first
Like-
time, and it kept going.
Yeah.
And
Alright,
it kept going.
look at the main thing with this movie is that anything that we're just talking about, probably it won't matter because this movie is
Deleted.
is done by Marvel, Disney, but pretty much all the money, everything is going to Sony, and you could say it's just to give us a little bit of extra Spider-Man because we didn't see that much about him on Civil War, and we know he's going to be on the other Avengers movie. But all these characters we're talking about, all these guys, Flash Thompson's, Mary Jane, whatever, none of them will come out in the next movies. So it's just Spider-Man. It's just to give us a little bit of extra Spider-Man so we can be happy with it until he appears in the next one. So it won't
Flash
matter.
Thompson.
It won't matter. Probably this Flash Thompson won't matter.
Boycott
at
the
anything.
movie.
Okay, let me ask you guys another question. Okay. After seeing this movie, after seeing Tom Holland in this movie play Spider-Man, okay, you got the Venom movie coming out, okay. Tom Hardy, like I told you last week, I think he's really good as an actor. Like his acting is incredible. Okay, so what do you think about this version of Spider-Man, Tom Holland having a movie with Tom Hardy as Venom?
Oh my god.
Like, what do you like after seeing him
That would be
get destroyed by Vulture? Like, Venom is on a whole nother level.
a
Like,
Tom
what-
Hardy Venom against the speed. Oh my god.
Like, okay, and we saw Venom in the last Spider-Man movie,
The third one.
Spider-Man 3.
All right, I don't count that as
No,
like,
no, me neither.
No,
'cause-
the real Eddie Brock is like fucking jacked.
yeah, exactly.
Like lifting houses for fun.
And if you saw Tom Hardy and what was it, The Warrior, where he plays a UFC fighter, he was so huge in that movie. So he can do this role no problem. Like he's probably working out right now while we're doing this podcast for this film. And also Bane, he was huge as Bane. So like I asked, is this something now after seeing this Spider-Man movie, after seeing Tom Holland as Spider-Man, are you excited if they do mix this Spider-Man with the Venom?
If that happens, I'm honest to God, I'm gonna be rooting for Venom to just brutally murder the kid. Like, I'm gonna want to see the dude just fucking take him to Pound Town.
Okay, all right. Lewis, you're wearing a Venom shirt, okay?
Yeah.
You say that.
Boy number 2.
Yeah, all right, that's your number 2. Okay, is that something that you're excited about if it does happen?
Just alone that we're getting a Venom movie, I'm excited about. Just because that's going to be the first time that Venom gets his own movie. And the last time we saw Venom was, like you guys said, Spider-Man 3. Which
But Carnage is gonna be in it.
That's the
Carnage has
as
never
well.
been in anything.
Carnage is crazy.
My man Cletus.
Yeah.
Like, anytime you put Carnage, which the last time I saw him was in Amazing Spider-Man 2, the game. He was actually a boss at the end. And even in that game, he looked crazy.
No,
and then
my
even
man.
crazier was, I don't know if you guys played Spider-Man 1 for the PS1. At the end, Carnage Ock.
No.
Well, the symbiote takes over Dr. Ock's body.
Oh God.
And that's the last boss.
No, I
And that shit was crazy. So
I've-
just with that, just them being in a movie is hype. Tom Holland, we'll see. I don't know if they'll introduce him right away.
Okay.
I think they're going to wait until he gets more experience. Because right now, if you just throw him between 2 symbiotes, he's going to get destroyed.
No, they already said that.
No, the way in Ultimate Carnage, Venom allies himself with Spider-Man to take down
Right.
Carnage.
Right.
Because fucking Carnage is literally a psychopath that is obsessed with murdering with a symbiote. It's just a great combination. He just
Yeah.
makes fucking shit to kill people with his mind. It's insane.
All right, so it's safe to say that you guys would be excited about this movie. If it
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I'm
still
more
going to watch
excited.
it.
I'm just excited to see Carnage in anything.
All right, so Carnage, that's your man. So you'll go see the Venom movie just for Carnage or for Carnage and Venom?
Both of them, considering
Okay.
the casting. But
All right,
just seeing, I want to see a fucking
All right,
good-looking
but-
Carnage.
yeah.
So, there's no confirmation about Spider-Man in this movie, right?
I don't
No.
think so.
So-
no.
So,
It's just a
So
Venom-focused
we
movie.
have Venom as a good guy.
Venom as
And
a
you
good
have
guy.
Carnage
Not a
has
good
a bad
guy. See, I
guy.
don't
It's
think-
not
well,
Venom
Venom's
as
an
no.
anti-hero.
It's not Venom as a good guy. It's just from his perspective.
Okay.
Right.
I do understand, but like that's from his perspective. But us viewers, we on our minds we had to put
Well, you'll
one
think he's
is
the
the
good guy.
one is
Right.
the bad
But
guy.
if you know
But
anything
then
at
both
all
of them are the-
about
Yeah.
the bad
Venom is the
guys.
one you're going to want to get behind in the movie. Just like in
Yeah.
Spider-Man, you don't always go for the bad
And-
guy, you go for the good guy.
we're going to see like the animated version, like a rip off Venom.
I hope he looks good.
Listen, I think they're gonna hit it out of the park with this movie. Honestly, I mean, we haven't seen anything at all yet.
I actually.
But just with the cast, just what Skip was saying earlier, just a few minutes ago, the cast in this movie, Tom Hardy. I mean, that's gonna get people into the theaters. In my opinion, I think he's just gonna kill it. Like I said, I've seen a lot of his work, and he does a great job in everything he does. So, Chris, are you excited about this?
Yeah, I'm going to see it. Like
Okay.
any other Marvel or whatever superhero movie, I'm going to see it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's bad or not.
I actually saw a video a while ago that they were talking about for Venom's suit. They were thinking about going back to the suit, kind of like the suit he uses in MVC2. You know, that bluish,
Okay. All right.
that
Blue-
kind of
blue,
style,
black,
like with the
White.
square. I heard. I don't know if it's gonna be true, but that's what I heard.
Well, listen, I saw today. I was trying to brush up on my Venom because I don't really know much about him, and the comparison between him and Spider-Man. I mean, it seems like there's a big difference in power. Like this guy.
Venom is a rude dude.
Yeah, it seems like the more hatred that the host has for Spider-Man gives
There's actually
Venom more strength.
there's a good reason behind that
Okay.
because
Yes.
the symbiote's history. It comes, I think it's from the planet like Clintar or some stupid shit.
Yep.
Okay.
They were all just.
And they're
Venoms.
peaceful, like, you know, symbiotes, but this one in particular
Okay.
had fucking fused with some sort of space Hitler
Alright.
kind of guy who just massacred a shit ton of people, so naturally it's fucking crazy. Then it came to Earth and fused with Deadpool.
It was actually banished. They actually
Okay.
banished him, and then
Alright.
he ran into Deadpool.
Yeah, then he ended up with Deadpool. Deadpool was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then that took its murderous intent, combined it with Deadpool's fucking lunacy, and now the symbiote's just fucking crazy.
And then ran into
and then it came to
Parker.
Spidey, and it determined Spidey as its ideal host,
Yeah.
and now it's obsessed with him, but Spidey doesn't want it, so it's like that crazy girl at the bar that just keeps coming back, but you
Yeah.
keep pushing it away.
Gotcha.
So now the crazy girl at this bar is just spiting him. Eddie's spiting him, and they're coming together for their common
Right.
goal.
Okay.
And also, you have to remember that this one of the symbiote's traits that every host he has, if they have an ability, they take that ability. So from Deadpool, he took the regeneration, like the X Factor.
Okay,
healing
so
factor?
so when he leaves the host,
He
he
still
still has the powers that he
Yeah,
took.
that's
He
why-
retains
That's
like
the whole
ability.
reason, like, he can do the webbing.
Yes.
It's not actual
It's
webs,
actually not webbing.
Okay.
but it's the webbing effect.
Yeah, and
Alright,
like that's where he
okay.
gets like the whole wall climbing and everything. It's pretty much he took it, Spider-Man's powers, and enhanced him a little bit.
Gotcha.
And then now he's not with Spider-Man, but he still has that power. And then if you add on their common interest, which was the hatred for Spider-Man, then you get Venom Eddie Brock, which is
Gotcha.
a steroid-looking
And if
guy.
you look,
If
like,
there's anyone I wouldn't
Deadpool,
fuck
at
with.
the moment Venom fused with Deadpool, Deadpool hates Spider-Man because Deadpool wanted to team up with Spider-Man, and Spider-Man said no, fucker, go
Okay,
away.
alright.
So he hated him.
No,
at
Deadpool is
that
in love
point.
with Spider-Man. It's just
Yeah,
a
but
really
it was
awkward
the love-hate shit. Like,
Okay, all right.
He also thinks that Spider-Man ripped off his suit, so they're
Yeah.
kind of the same. Right?
Ah, all right.
Deadpool
okay.
Black and white.
Fuck ignore Deadpool.
Yeah.
He's
Dead-
just off in the
Deadpool's
corner being
something
a
else.
fucking meme lord.
how they going to do it in the movie? Like, if they're going to
Oh,
say,
they're gonna have a movie.
the symbiote already went to Spider-Man and he left, and then he took
Well,
over
by the
Eddie
time
Brock.
it reaches Eddie Brock, it would have had to have gone through Spider-Man.
Okay, now
Yeah, obviously.
But
how-
remember-
which Spider-Man?
to bring back
You have to remember that this movie's not even going with the comics to begin with,
Yeah.
to bring back
so they can do whatever they want.
the terrible movie that was Spider-Man 3.
It's my favorite movie.
Okay. Now, in that movie, Eddie Brock was mad at Spider-Man, Peter Parker, because he lost his job. Is that how it is in the comic books also? Or
Sort
is
of.
he
Sort
just
of.
mad just
Alright.
for a completely different
So
reason?
the way it happens in the comics, correct me if I'm a little off, it's been a while, is, Eddie Brock incriminated some dude he thought was a serial killer in the
Okay.
tabloids. And then Spider-Man caught the real killer and made Eddie Brock look like a shitter. And then he lost his job, his wife left him, he got cancer or some stupid
Gotcha.
shit.
He also
Alright.
got evicted from his house.
Yeah, he just had a bad fucking
Yeah,
day.
Okay, all right.
Everything just
So he
went to
went
shit.
from on top of the world to
To
bottom of the
literally
shit. Yeah.
eating shit.
Gotcha. All right. So I can understand why you would hate Spider-Man after that.
Spider-Man gave me cancer.
Yeah, basically that's basically
Well, the cancer came after Venom got out of Eddie Brock.
Did it?
Yeah, because when he was fused with the Venom was fused with Eddie Brock for years, and we finally got out and transferred to another person. I think was Flash Thompson at the moment. Eddie Brock, like the symbiote saw so many of his good cells or something.
Oh yeah,
like that.
because I remember with Flash Thompson, there's like a reliance because if Flash goes long enough without the symbiote, he'll die.
Yeah, it happens the same stuff. So Venom went out, it got out, and then Eddie Brock needed the symbiote because he was dying, because pretty much the symbiote saw his life force, whatever. Well,
Yeah, that's one of the side
so
effects.
that gave him the cancer. I don't remember what really happened. Eventually, Eddie Brock develops another symbiote inside him, and it turns anti-venom. It's like a white venom.
White and black.
White and black venom.
Red
And,
eyes.
and he dies. I think he sacrificed himself in some part of the comics.
all right.
That's why the Venom stick with Flash Thompson now.
Yeah, that's one of the side effects of like all those powers and everything. After a while, the symbiote starts to take a toll on the body. when in their home planet, they used to take the host and suck their soul out, pretty much. Like,
Alright.
suck the whole living essence, and that was their food.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So.
But they used to
They
take
are
on the bigger
parasites.
people. Yeah, on Planet Venom, they were actually peaceful, and they actually kind of protect the smaller species,
Okay.
except for that one Venom, which was banished from the whole colony. And yada,
All right.
yada.
So basically, it's safe to say that a Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, and a Tom Hardy Venom is a movie that we all want.
I just want to see him beat the fuck out of this kid.
Yeah, I think
Alright, so-
like he'll punch him through a
by
house.
the people that don't know where Carnage came from, do you guys know?
My man Cletus, he was in prison with
No,
some
where
shit.
the Carnage
from Venom.
symbiote came from.
Is
He's-
that
No, it was born
an
from the
offspring.
original symbiote, but it
Yes.
it got mixed with blood, like Cletus's blood, at some point, which is why Carnage is red.
who's Cletus?
Cletus
Is that the
was
host?
some-
That's the host.
When
The
I
serial
think
killer.
was it Baraka was in jail at some point or some shit, and he shared a cell with Cletus.
Yeah, they
And
were.
a piece of
Both
the
of them were
symbiote
in
got left
jail.
behind.
Both of them were in jail, and the Venom symbiote was not in control of Eddie Brock. Eventually, the symbiote tried to attach to Eddie Brock, but at that same moment, there was like a prison
Yeah.
escape, and both Cletus and Eddie were fighting. For some reason, the symbiote got mixed with
Cletus's blood.
with Cletus blood, and for some reason that made the symbiote split in two, and that other part turned red and stick with Cletus, and the other part
Yeah.
went with Eddie
So
Brock.
this is while they were in
And
jail.
it's
Yes.
literally his bloodstream at this
All right.
point.
So
Pretty
how
much.
did Venom end up in jail?
Nobody fucking knows. I don't know.
Probably Spider-Man
He's fucking
did something
Venom,
to him
man.
and
He's-
removed the
So he
symbiote.
didn't have the symbiote at all.
No,
No,
in
it
that
came
precise
in
moment.
jail.
It when the
Okay.
symbiote tried
So I was
to.
gonna say, if you have it in jail, why the fuck are you still in jail?
Because
you
fuck
should-
you.
You know what I mean? You should
Yeah.
just,
He
get
didn't
the fuck
have it
out.
at that moment.
The best
Alright.
comparison to Cletus Cassidy's personality and all the deeds he did is Victor Zsasz
Okay.
from
From Batman.
from Batman, the
Gotcha.
serial killer that kills a bunch of people and that's like personality wise and the way he kills
Yeah.
people is pretty much
Kinda.
the same thing.
Okay.
That's like their version of Victor Zsasz.
The way I perceive it, Cletus is just batshit crazy, and he likes
Right.
to kill for the sake of killing.
Hmm. He like enjoys, just killing. He enjoys like that.
He's
He's like,
scene.
hey, let's get
Seeing
some
it.
blood
He's a
on
serial
me.
killer. Yeah, I get it. All right. I
There's
understand.
one point during the comics. I don't know if after the reboot they're still doing this, but there's one point during the comics that both symbiotes they don't need the host anymore.
Okay.
They can
Yeah.
be outside and they can kind of morph to a human form.
Didn't Venoms
That-
kick the
I-
shit out of Spider-Man?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that's the ultimate.
Is that? But I don't know if they're still doing this. But around the last time I saw Carnage, he didn't need a host. He was going there. He had like a alien type of form, where with spikes and all that shit, and he was killing everyone. He didn't care. He didn't have a host.
Okay.
So don't know if that could go back to the movies also, not needing a host, or maybe having a host, but then consuming it and then having his own form.
So do you think they'll have the three of them in one movie, or do you think that's just gonna be too much?
If they
If they
ever made like an ultimate
Venom
Carnage
until-
movie,
Venom, Carnage, and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
if there was an ultimate Carnage movie, then yeah,
Okay.
there would have to be.
Well, there's a comic that there's like a lot of Carnage, like different versions, right?
Yeah,
There's like a woman version.
I'd fuck it.
Oh, those are Scream.
Yeah,
there's
those
Scream.
ones.
I don't remember all the names.
It's like
Scream was the female version.
there's like three Garnish different, like 3 or 4
Yeah, there's
Garnish
different-
different, and they all have like all of them split from the main
Yeah, they're all
Garnish,
offspring.
and they went to different people, and all of them are super crazy, and there's a lot of people.
Yeah, there's actually, if any of you guys are interested into those symbiotes, there's actually a guy that goes over comic books. His channel is called Variant, and he has a bunch of videos on these different symbiotes, their origins, and all that stuff. So look him up if you guys are interested into that, because
Yeah,
I've seen it, and it's actually pretty cool.
Actually, yeah. Going on to what Lewis just said. Variant and Comic Storian.
Yes, both of those guys.
Very good YouTube channels if you're interested in backstories of certain characters or comic books in general, because they do go over a lot of comics. So going back to the movie, what were your guys' favorite parts?
That's Scream.
Oh, okay. Right now I'm looking at a picture of Scream.
I'd fuck her.
Scream. She's yellow and red.
Yep, these are a bunch of the different ones.
Yeah, they all look terrifying. If I saw them coming down the street, try to go in my house and lock the door.
Fucking.
I don't think that would help, but
The
I'll
green
try
one's
it
called
anyway.
Toxic. I just remembered.
There was a part in the movie where Spider-Man, I guess he gets out of school, leaves school early. I think he goes to Bodega to get a sandwich, and it was funny. It was a funny scene, and then later on that night, the Bodega ends up getting cut in half by these weapons. Because we didn't mention anything about the weapons that Vulture is making and selling to make money for. Let's get back. So the beginning of the movie, he's a construction worker. I think he's a construction worker.
Yeah, he's a construction worker.
Okay, all right.
Tends to repair like damaged buildings
All right,
and
so
stuff like that.
all right, Avengers, the first Avengers movie, the whole city is wrecked because of the alien attack. Michael Keaton's character is the head of the company that is trying to fix the wreckage and clean up the city. So he ends up getting sent away by Tony Stark's guys.
Damage control.
Oh, damage control.
They're
Okay.
going to do a TV series about that. Also.
Okay. All right. So he ends up getting sent away, and he's trying to support his family. So it puts him in this state of mind where, okay, Tony Stark just fucked me, just fucked my family, so I need to do something else to make money. So he ends up he has a pile of alien, what was it, weapon?
Chitauri technology.
Okay, yeah, whatever the hell Chris just said.
The aliens from the first Avengers.
Got your alien.
Just random scraps from the wreckage from the aliens, and he uses that to start making weapons. So that's how he's making his money now. Okay, so to go back, Peter Parker is trying to trying to stop these robbers from robbing a bank. So they end up having some of these weapons that Vulture is selling. He doesn't know what's going on with these weapons yet. This is his first encounter with the weapons, and he ends up almost dying. The bank gets cut in half. The weapons are really powerful. So that was a good scene in the movie. That was the first time you actually get to see Spider-Man in that suit in action. And before that, he was saving a bunch of, people from stealing cars, and it was
Bike.
helping an old lady cross the street.
Giving her directions.
Yeah, giving her directions.
Gets a churro.
Yeah,
worth.
gets a churro out of it. So Tony Stark doesn't want him to do more than he can handle, and he's trying to prove to Tony Stark that he's ready to be an Avenger, which he still needs a lot of work, and we see that in this movie. So what was the turning point, guys, where you were like, should he back off, or should he continue this so he can prove it, or should he just listen to Tony Stark? What was that part in the movie where you're like, can you just listen, or
The entire movie. I just wanted him to just fucking let Tony handle
All
it.
right, okay.
Like, this is what would have happened. Vulture would have been flying around doing whatever. Tony Stark would have came up, blasted him, he would have exploded at the end.
Yeah, pretty much. And the whole time, it happened. It was 8 years after the incident in New York in the first Avengers. So this whole time, Vulture is selling these weapons. No one's going after him. He's staying under the radar. And then Spider-Man ends up fucking that whole thing up for him. So,
All right. So to add to it, the main reason Iron Man is not in the movie
Because it's not an Iron Man movie.
he's not that. It's just remember in Civil War, all the heroes, or at least the ones that still call themselves Avengers, signed the Soviet Accord. So that means they cannot do any superhero stuff without government consent.
yes.
So even if
But the
Iron
FBI
Man
was involved.
what?
Remember that part where the FBI got involved?
Yeah, but he said, "Hey, I called the FBI and I came here because you were screwing things up for them." So it's just
They would've-
now any heroes.
What the FBI gonna do? Those man, that's space lasers, and they can fly.
That's how it is. Like they signed that no hero should do anything unless the government said so. So that's why Iron Man doesn't help at all, and Spider-Man is doing all that shit. And that's why at the end of the movie we see the decision that Tony Stark, the Peter Parker decides at the end not going to the Avengers, because hey, going to Avengers mean I had to sign that shit and I cannot do my thing.
Basically, yeah.
I had to stick here in this building sucking dick.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
Vision.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. We did see Pepper Potts beautiful.
Returning.
She's
Hotter than
gorgeous.
ever.
Oh my gosh, she is amazing.
Yep,
Like,
she's been gone a while.
Listen, Gwyneth Paltrow. Oh my god, she is incredible. In every movie she does. But anyways, I'm gonna stop with the girls. Stop with the women in the movie. Okay, guys. There were mentions of other villains in this movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys add on which villains they mentioned, but they kind of tried to keep under the radar, that you might be seeing in future Spider-Man movies?
Well, there's two additional villains they kind of mention by name, but you don't see them in action. Well, you can see one is the Shocker is there in the movie.
Yeah.
There's two different guys doing the Shocker thing.
Okay.
But pretty much none of them call themselves the Shocker. And if you remember the comics or the animated cartoons, Shocker has this jello costume,
I love
and he
Jello.
shoots like kind of lasers from his hand. But in this movie, he just has like a
She
punching.
just punched fucking buses.
Yeah,
It was
he-
cool, I'm not gonna lie. I wish I could
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, but he's just a psychic in this movie. He's just there, and
He's
he's
helping
just
out.
the villain that Spider-Man kick his ass,
He's helping out
and
Big
just
Bird.
it's like kind of filler.
He's a psychic, like he can read people's minds.
No, it's sidekick.
Sidekick.
Sidekick. Oh, okay. He's a
Yeah,
sidekick.
he's just helping out Big Bird.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you because I know what you're saying.
And the second one, I can't even notice it until Lewis mentioned it.
Yeah, I
At
heard
the
him
end-
mention it, but
I was paying attention.
I didn't think anything
Yeah.
of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, towards the end of the movie.
That wasn't towards the end. That was actually towards the middle.
Okay,
Well,
alright, towards the middle.
Excuse me.
There's a scene where Spider-Man is fighting some guys under a bridge. They show that guy there, but pretty much they didn't tell you any name or anything like that. By the end of the movie, that same guy comes back and talks to Michael Keaton's character
Yes.
and asks him, hey, there's rumor that you know who Spider-Man is.
That was on the ferry.
No, in the,
No,
in
that
the
was at
jail
the
at
end
the
when
end.
they when
No,
they
no,
were
no,
on the
Gary
jail.
messed up
It was
eye.
they weren't. He wasn't fighting him under the bridge. He was fighting him in the ferry.
No, under the bridge when they
He
were
was on
trying
the
to
ferry.
set-
The first time
He
he,
was
showed
in
up
both
was on the
locations.
ferry.
It was on the ferry because it was the black guy. It was the two black guys
And
on
the
the
two
bridge.
vendors, which was, the one was the previous shot.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
on the ferry is
That's when
when
he first showed up.
He
And
first showed
he
up.
was going there to make the deal to buy some tech,
Yeah.
and that's where we first see him.
Gotcha.
Then he goes to jail. Then we see him again at the
At
end
the
scene
end.
at jail. He has a messed up eye. He wants revenge on Spider-Man,
Okay.
which I'm guessing in the second one, where they're gonna Vulture's probably gonna escape with McDonald.
Ronald McDonald.
His name's McDonald Gorgon. That's his first name.
Ronald
McDonald Gorgon
McDonald
is
gonna be
That's
the
a
He's-
next-
crazy ass villain, man.
yeah. He's
What's his
Scorpion.
name?
If you
Ronald
guys don't know.
McDonald.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man.
You guys are-
Yeah, anyway,
McDonald
they
Gordon.
mention his name, and if you know the comics or whatever, you will understand that he's Scorpion.
yes.
On the
Not the one from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Different.
Obviously,
I want to see.
retarded.
You know what I want to see? I just want to see like Spider Slayer.
What's Spider Slayer? Explain.
The Spider Slayer it was a robot, right? Like three
It's a
part
dude
ro-
in like a robot suit.
Yeah, something.
He's
like
really
that.
good with. His whole
Iron Man.
purpose is to be not Spider Man.
Gotcha.
That's his whole fucking deal. He's just not Spider Man. And his whole purpose is killing Spider Man.
Alright.
Best part of the movie. No Green Goblin at all. No Norman Osborn. No
We can
Harry
roll in
Osborn.
But-
cities,
No
Spider-Man.
shit like that. We're up to
The one
top.
Easter egg they did put in the movie was that in every Spider-Man movie, the first villain they fight is green. Green Goblin, Lizard, Vulture. All three of them were green
Nah.
in the first. If you guys caught
Well,
that.
in this movie, Vulture didn't look green. He
Well, his eyes were green. Good
yeah,
enough.
but whatever.
Yo, what if they went with OG Big Bird from the comics? With his goofy
would've been
ass
cool.
costume.
But I think that Vulture is actually mutated a little bit.
I don't recall. I don't.
This one's more like a suit.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure because he used to just his face kind of looked bird-like to
Yeah,
begin
he
with,
just looked like he just
and
looked kinda
his
like a
wings
Kenny
are just
Reed.
metal, like they're just metal. And he can shoot them out too, like his wings
Okay.
as blades.
Hmm.
He's kind of like Falcon in a sense,
All right.
So cool.
but just yeah,
Big
crazy.
Bird eater.
Okay.
High speed bird.
The
I love Big Bird.
the best scene in the whole movie for me, at least, was that end scene when he showed the suit. I'm in love with that suit. That
Okay.
suit was like
Alright,
the crispest Spider-Man suit I've ever seen in my life.
All right. So
Crispy.
when we saw this, when this scene happened, Chris leaned over to me and he said, "What did you say, Chris, about
All
the
right,
suit?"
the suit they show at the end is Scarlet Spider suit.
Okay.
That's like
Scarlet's
a
Web.
You think so?
that's it.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it didn't look at it, but well, any
'Cause
suit
the-
in this movie didn't
Yeah,
look like there
'cause-
anything. But it was the Scarlet suit. Like when Spider-Man decides in the comics he decides to join the Avengers, that's the suit Iron Man gives him. It's like an Iron Man type of suit, but has like spider legs that come from the back,
Negative.
and shoots and a lot of stuff.
Okay.
That's
Incorrect.
that's a Scarlet
I've
Spider.
seen,
Incorrect.
I've seen that. I've seen that suit. I know what you're
And,
talking
and it's like that. It's like all
Wasn't that
red.
some stupid
Incorrect.
shit that
Yellow.
like fucking Doc Ock pulled out of his ass?
All right,
No,
guys. Let me correct you guys. Here.
All right, go ahead.
The Scarlet Spider-Man suit. We can look it up. I can look it up on my phone. Is actually a black and red suit.
Yeah, I
his
just
head's
looked
all
it up.
black. His body's red, and his symbols.
Yeah, I just looked
Black.
it up actually because
Okay.
That's a Scarlet Spider suit.
Well, that suit
The
looked like it
suit-
was black and red.
Yeah,
But
but the
that looked
suit
like- that
Chris
looked
is talking
metallic.
about with the tentacles is called the Iron Spider suit, and it has the same color theme as the original Iron Man suit with
Okay.
the gold and red.
Yeah, red and gold thing.
Yeah, that's
Alright.
Iron Spider. That's the one he was talking about with the missiles. He has repulsors, all that nonsense.
Listen, the suit look. I wish we could have
Yeah.
seen Spider-Man in this suit, because if you see the suit that he has now, okay, that suit is incredible, okay, and
yeah, it was
how much more upgrade can you get from
Bro,
the suit
he
that he
can't-
has?
Like the only way he can't handle the suit he has now.
No, basically no, because
Instant kill mode.
yeah, like I said, he didn't go through all the training protocol that he was supposed to go through in order to unlock the suit's full potential. So he ended up having his friend unlocked all the safety and everything in the suit. He took off the tracker. So he took off the tracker. So what was the guy's name? Happy. Happy
Yes.
couldn't track him anymore.
Happy
man,
Hogan.
Happy Hogan. So Happy couldn't track him anymore because he wanted to try to find this Vulture and prove that he was worthy of being an Avenger. So he ends up taking off the tracker, taking off all the safety protocols, and unlocking the suits for potential. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. What was the name that he gave the lady in the suit? Christine?
Karen.
Karen. Okay, that sounds right.
That's like his version of Jarvis.
Okay, yes, and this lady is telling him where to go.
I actually liked her.
What
She's
web
cool.
was he was supposed to use? Trying to get him to kill these guys.
Instant kill mode.
Yeah. So, like I said,
Take
if
him down.
if he couldn't handle this suit, the suit that was waiting for him when he was about to join the Avengers, that would have been a whole another ball
Yeah,
game because that suit, just from the outside,
Showed a self-destructing.
It looks sick.
it looked insane. Like
But-
it looked insane.
Also remember, if he got that suit, it was probably gonna have the original fail safes that the other one had before he took it away. It's
Okay.
gonna have all these lockdowns,
Alright.
and then he's gradually gonna unlock these
But-
different modes.
Yeah. Anyways, after the ferry scene, when Spider-Man ends up fucking up everything that Tony Stark had set up with the FBI, Tony Stark comes, saves the day, saves everybody on the ferry, and he's pissed off at Spider-Man, takes his suit back. Then Spider-Man ends up going back to his old suit. So he tries to win back Iron Man's affection by taking down this guy, the Vulture, and proving that he's worthy. But he does what he needs to do, and then the whole thing with the suit at the end, when Tony Stark offers him a job at the Avengers, or with the Avengers, and he ends up turning it down. And the comic book, Spider-Man, does he join the Avengers, or he just signs?
He joins the Avengers.
He joins, but this Accord whatever is not on the comics until the first Civil War.
But
Yes,
he
correct.
does
He does become
through the
an
press
Avenger.
conference where he reveals
Yeah.
that he's Peter Parker.
Yes, he was at
He
first on
he's kind
Iron
of
Man's
forced.
side.
Yeah, he's kind of forced.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was on Iron Man's side first, which was to reveal your secret identity. Then, towards like half of the war, I would say around there, he switched back to Captain's side,
Okay,
and then he stayed there for the remainder of the war.
all right. There were videos of Captain America in this movie.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, they were pretty funny.
Can I get those? Like just to have?
Except for the last after the credit scene.
No, that was. the
That
best.
was
He
disappointing.
He fucking
Literally, he said it was going to be
roasted us.
disappointing.
So, I thought the movie was good. Do you think this is gonna be the biggest summer blockbuster of this year?
What?
Is there anything good coming out?
I mean,
Infinity
Wonder
War?
Woman was
No, he means this year.
this summer
summer.
blockbuster.
Oh,
let's
man.
say superhero movie. You think it's gonna make the most money? You think it's gonna make more money than Wonder Woman?
Probably
I
not,
think
because Wonder Woman has all those hardcore feminists and 800-pound trannies. and-
Well,
I
right
think
now, Spider-Man is beating Wonder Woman in the first 3 days.
Okay.
So I don't know
Do
how
you think it's
going
gonna hold up though? Cause
I think so.
I think the whole thing.
Spider-Man clicks. If you put in any webpage, you put a news of Spider-Man, that's the news that
The thing
most
is, we've
clicks will get.
had so many Spider-Mans.
Doesn't
We've
matter.
had so many Spider-Mans the past decade and a half, and people are they're tired of seeing the same garbage. You know?
But people still go and see it.
No,
regardless.
yeah, that's true. They do.
And plus, all these kids like with superhero movies and Spider-Man, just with that alone, they're making tons of money because
Yeah.
that's one of the most iconic superheroes.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Like everybody knows Spider-Man.
It's
There's people out there that don't know Wonder Woman.
Look, we went to the movie theater today. Pretty much today was the first day, officially, and look all the kids that were there.
Yeah, it was.
So it's going to sell. It's going to sell probably more than Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was a more grown woman or adults movie. And it was the theme was World War One. Kids don't understand that. They just want to see a comical character just bouncing around, saving whatever.
Plus,
So it's going to sell. It probably will. I don't know if it's going to be the summer blockbuster because Planet of the Apes is coming out, and
Yes.
that movie looks really good.
can't wait.
That movie really looks good.
All right, Chris. After seeing Spider-Man and seeing Wonder Woman, I haven't seen Wonder Woman. Okay.
Neither have I.
Let's say you're talking to someone who hasn't seen either. Which one are you gonna tell them to go see?
Depending on the person I'm talking to, but my personal preference right now, I think Wonder Woman.
Okay, and
I
why?
think Wonder Woman has a great graphics. Great. When they showed Themyscira, the island when the Amazons live,
Okay.
that looks amazing. The background story, the last fight, it's really good. How the story progress, how you see the evolution from Wonder Woman. That she's just a naive girl, that she doesn't know anything from the outside world. When she goes to the outside world, she sees war firsthand. And then until all the way to the movie, and on the end of the movie, you see all this progression, all this character progression. You see all this amazing shit going around, all the fights. Spider-Man is more of the same, kind of. You just see the web slinger all over the place, trying to save people. Yeah, it's a little comical. It's a little funny, but they go too far with the comical part. You see the Spider-Man is so juvenile. He's too naive yet to be like this top-rated superhero.
Okay.
Like if you see like the second Spider-Man movie, Tobey Maguire, or the first Amazing Spider-Man movie, you see those movies are really great in my opinion, representing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, he's good. I'm not saying he's bad. He's one of the best Spider-Mans right now. But in the movie wise, in the complete movie talking about, I don't think it's the best one.
So would you would give the best Spider-Man title to Tobey Maguire?
To the first two Tobey Maguire movies.
Okay.
I think that those are the best.
Alright.
I could say maybe in third place, this one maybe.
But who gets the best Green
Third
Goblin?
place. Homecoming, third place?
Maybe third place, fourth place.
Compared to what?
To all the Spider-Man movies.
No, I think he's better than Andrew Garfield movies. I didn't like those.
No,
Like, I didn't like that
I'm
iteration
saying
of
I'm saying the
Spider-Man.
first two Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire are the
Uh-huh.
best, and then Homecoming could be like a third
now I
place.
get you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Third place.
What about Spider-Man 3? Come on, Enter the
No,
Sandman.
that you could discard that. Like
Enter the Sandman.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
you can put that in like in
Venom.
the trash can and forget that ever happened. But
Green
yeah,
Goblin
like
comes back.
I think
just
the
like the
Tobey
suit.
Maguire movies are the best Spider-Man movies right now. The very first two, no doubt about it.
I like the suit though. The suit was nice. The black
In what
Spider-Man
form?
suit and Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, it looks nice,
It looked
but
pretty
it's still, I'm just talking about movies and how they represent the character. I think the first two are the greatest.
My
Okay.
favorite scene.
All right. So any other thoughts on this movie?
Just go watch it firsthand if you guys haven't seen it.
Okay.
The last credit scene after the credits, I think you can skip it. Like it's not
No, you can't.
worth
You need to see
staying
it.
there.
Yeah.
Captain America just straight up talk shit like patience is key, but sometimes
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
He's just trying to tell you, you just
troll.
waste your time there. And he thanks you for being patient, but that's it. Like
Listen,
there's nothing there.
I am so tired of these after the credit scenes. Listen, I want to watch my movie and get the fuck out of there as fast as I can. Okay, I am tired of having to sit through a bunch of names that I don't give a shit about. Just show me everything in the movie. Just show it to me. All right, from start to finish. I don't want to see a bunch of names and then see another scene. Okay, it was good the first time they did it before they started the Avengers. But I'm just tired of it. Okay, I know they're not gonna stop it, but hey, you know
Like
what?
a trademark now.
Yeah,
Yes.
They have to.
and a lot of movies are following that trademark. So Skip,
Yes.
what do you think, man? Is this a movie you would go see again?
Yeah, I'd probably see it again.
Okay, all right.
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
All right, it was tickets were $750. It was. It's not a movie.
That's our price.
Listen, I don't think it's a movie that I would go see again. The last movie I saw twice in the theaters, it might have been
Porn.
Dark.
Power
I
Rangers.
thought it might have been The Dark Knight. Actually, I saw that 3 times. I saw it 2 times in normal theater, and I saw it in IMAX.
The second one, right?
Yeah,
That one
Dark,
with
the
the Joker.
Dark
Dark
Knight.
Knight,
Yes.
right.
Because that movie, in my opinion, that's still the best comic book movie ever. Matter of fact, let's. What do you guys think? What right now? Best comic book movie ever.
Catwoman with Halle Berry.
All right, Catwoman with Halle Berry. Okay.
I don't know. It's
Ha-
hard
see,
to choose. Right
You can't top that.
No, you can't, man. We just can't top that. I guess that's it.
That's a hard
That's
question.
right. It's
I
unanimous.
think the best overall superhero movie for now is Civil War. Just because all the different heroes they introduce, a bunch of new ones, and they all come into the fight.
that's a good.
That's kind of the best one out right now.
But
I
Catwoman's
think-
not in it.
I think Winter Soldier.
All right, Winter Soldier was good.
That's pretty
I
good.
think Winter Soldier. The first Avengers movie was really great, but I think Winter Soldier went to the highest point, and then all the movies are like dropping from there.
Yeah, because now it's just aliens,
Yeah.
Thanos,
Just get to Infinity War.
Ultron. It's
Yeah.
just it's just
They're
getting-
really milking it to get until we get our Infinity War movie. Like they're trying to get the most money in between the time frame before they actually reveal. Like
I
Black
want
Panther's
Captain
coming
Marvel.
out soon.
I just want to see Captain Marvel.
the
Marvel.
Brie Larson. Oh my gosh, I said it last week. Monday. Oh my gosh, she is incredible. Okay.
I want the
and-
Mohawk.
NBCI, please give me Spider-Man.
And yeah, so all right, guys. One last thing, okay?
I would fuck Aunt May.
I was thinking about this while I was at work today. Okay,
Fucking Aunt May. Me too.
I was watching a X-Men video, and I was thinking if they were to somehow have an X-Men versus Avengers movie,
Negative.
okay,
Yeah.
how much money do you think this movie would make?
I mean, I.
Probably will
Depends
top.
who's in it.
Yeah, but either way, probably will top any other film.
Just because of what it is.
Yeah,
It'll break
it's,
Harry Potter.
it's a really good clash. Like it will top Avengers. Like
Yeah.
the first Avengers was a big hit just because
Because
that.
the
You
comic book was really good.
Because, like, if you saw Wolverine and Cap going at it, just those two alone, I would go see the movie.
what's the fight that you would like to see between?
Wolverine
Someone
and Cap
from-
are from the same universe.
What?
Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Were
But
we
just
talk-
to see them
No,
going
We're
at it
talking
in a
about
movie.
X-Men and Avengers.
I'm not talking about DC. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got you.
So let's say X-Men took on the Avengers, like in the comics.
Right.
What's the fight that your eyes would be locked on the whole time during this movie? Like, who do you want to see fight who?
Oh
You
man.
want to see Charles Xavier?
You gotta,
in his
you gotta
chair
tell me,
doing this?
but like, what's like the lineup for X-Men?
The X-Men, like
Like just any X-Men?
X-Men, yeah.
Does this count the villains as well?
Let's say the X-Men universe and the Marvel universe, but because they have
the
separate
movie version?
the movie version because Fox owns the rights to X-Men, and
Fantastic
Disney.
Four.
No, Fantastic Four is owned by Sony.
Fox.
Are they Fox too?
Yeah.
Nobody
Alright.
cares about Fantastic.
Yeah.
Sony only has Spider-Man. And
Okay.
other characters.
All right. So, I thought Sony was
No, Fox has 2.
okay. All right. So, so we've never seen Doctor Doom in a Marvel movie, nor Wolverine. That's the reason, because the 2 licenses, well, 3 licenses, because Sony has the rights to Spider-Man. So, what are the fights that you would like to see? Like,
I'd probably be Spider-Man and Nightcrawler.
Spider-Man versus Nightcrawler.
Just because I think he'd be the one to push like Spider-Man's spider sense to like its limit, because he's
He
gonna be
just comes out of
teleporting
nothing.
like everywhere. So Spider-Man's gonna have to like totally depend on his senses, because you know he'll get one punch here, you know, all that. Also, Iceman and the Human Torch,
Okay.
fire and ice, baby.
Honestly,
They
like,
kind of did that on the 3rd X-Men movie with
Yeah, that one sucked.
hit something
But that's not
X-Men.
flaming torch. That guy could just he can't produce his
Pyro,
own fire.
Pyro Man.
Yeah,
something
Pyro
like-
Man. He can't produce his own fire. Not like Human Torch. Human Torch is literally fire.
and
It's a
Iceman
big
is
difference.
ice.
And Iceman is complete ice. Like
This is what would happen. Iceman will run up to
it'd
him.
just be a fight of
Iceman
steam.
would melt, but then since Iceman's dead and he's melted, he's now water, and then that'll put out the Human Torch, and they'll both be
It'd just
dead.
be a steam fight, like steam
Yeah.
everywhere.
With a
Just
steamy
steam up the
matchup.
battlefield.
My choice will be Hulk and Wolverine.
Hulk and Wolverine.
Oh, you can see
Yeah.
that already.
I wanted to put,
I
like,
did see it on animated movie, but
Yeah.
I want to see it on live.
I
action.
wanted to put like Hulk against the Juggernaut. That
Hulk's-
would be cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
But I want to see like something stupid like Cyclops versus Iron Man.
Oh.
Because Iron Man be flying around with his repulsor, and then Cyclops would just be staring at him, you know?
Okay.
Both then clashing with the lasers.
Yeah, it's so nice to read the comics, because the licensing was not an issue. You can mix the X-Men with the Marvel characters, and well, they're all Marvel characters. See, that's
Black
the thing.
Widow versus fucking Xavier.
I'm pretty sure there was a comic that was DC and Marvel together.
Yes,
That was
and-
pretty cool.
yes.
Like it was Batman and Wolverine were one person.
Yes, and Spider-Man.
Wolverine. Wombat Man.
Superman ended up being able to hold Thor's hammer.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Then that was a good comic.
Yeah, I wish they did more. They kept on.
I wish they did, man.
They should make a movie off of that.
That's
That'd be
something
hot.
that we'll never
That
see.
we will never see.
We'll never see that. We'll never see.
Never
that-
say
Do
never.
you know how we're going to see that? Both companies are crashing with other movies.
Yeah, and
Like
that's-
Marvel is
that's like the-
going really
desperate.
bad, like the desperate measure. All right, let's do this. Let's go do a crossover, whatever. So we both companies can survive this crash landing we're doing right now,
Yeah.
and that won't happen.
No, so like I said, I don't think we'll ever see an X-Men versus Avengers or DC versus Marvel. But it is nice to see that there are YouTubers that put the two up against each other, and some of the animations that people do
Yeah.
are really good.
Death battles.
Yeah, so it's really nice. It's really nice to see people that want to see these two companies in a movie together, putting a lot of time into videos, so we
Dedicated
can
to that,
yeah,
pretty
so
much.
we can have fun with it. All right, last thoughts, guys. What do you think? What do you think? Spider-Man is gonna go. Where do you think it's gonna go from here? Like after this movie?
It's just gonna be character progression, seeing him grow up and pretty much
Become
filling
not a
the
pussy.
shoes that we expect him to fill.
Yeah.
Growing up,
Because by the time he's an Avenger, he's
Yeah.
gonna have to be a mean guy.
yeah, growing up, enhancing his skills, his fighting ability. Maybe they'll include Spider Fu in this thing. You guys know what that is.
I don't know.
Well, Spider-Fu in the comics, when Spider-Man gets older, he actually decides finally to actually train in martial arts, and he develops his own martial arts style, which is Spider-Fu.
Okay.
So,
It's fucking goofy
just a
shit.
little bit more. Yeah, it's weird, but it's canon.
I'm pretty sure we're not seeing Spider-Man anytime soon until the Avengers. So
After
we,
Avengers 4.
Avengers 3 or 4, whatever,
4.
and probably we'll see the same character. Maybe he will use the suit they kind of tease us at the end of this movie, but that's it. Like probably maybe a little more mature with his powers and his abilities, but that's it. We're not seeing anything more about him.
I read somewhere that after the Infinity Wars movie, there's supposed to be a Spider-Man movie within the next 3 months after that.
Yeah, they're probably making it as we speak already. Right
Which one? The second one?
Yeah, the second Spider-Man.
Yeah, but like I said last week, they're going to open up Phase 4 with it. So this second movie will be after all Thanos, after all the Infinite Gem fight, whatever, all the destruction that will cause. So all the characters will know each other. Whatever. It's totally a new phase, a new take. Maybe a soft reboot of the franchise. That's what their rumor said. But it's pretty much after all the major points Marvel is throwing at us.
I'm tired of these reboots.
The new 52.
But the characters,
53.
characters keep getting older, and they gotta end up having to switch them because actors can't do it forever. They gotta retire. They get old. So, what else, guys? What else? Is that everything for this movie?
Yeah, I think we put our 50 cents into that.
We've just about covered everything with the movie. I said I'd fuck Aunt May like 4 times now.
Definitely. Marissa Tomei. Oh my gosh. My cousin Vinny. She was so great in that movie. So she was great in this movie. She always looks good.
You said my cousin Vinny?
Yeah. You ever seen that? Marissa Tomei. Amazing.
I would eat that ass.
Yes. She's great. Anyways, we gotta go. Thank you for joining us. I want to thank you guys again who subscribed. The 7 of you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's try to get to 8. Maybe even 9 by next week.
I'll make another account.
Challenge.
I'll make
We'll see if
another
we can
account.
do it. Thank you guys for joining us again. And we are 5th person view, but
we
down
have
to
yet
4
to
right
hit
now.
we're down to
5
4. All right, so
because
I don't know what's going on, but
I'll bring a special guest next week.
I'm just gonna have to maybe bring a blow up doll or something around here. So
Bring in
we can-
the cardboard cutout of that one guy. and put it in
something,
here.
because
I'll bring a special guest.
this is already back-to-back weeks where it's just not been 5th person view. But anyways, we appreciate you listening, and tune in next week where we talk about who knows. Thanks again. Have a good night. Talk to you next week.